Pal, welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. My name is, of course, Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Today our Marvel Legends reviews continue with this Marvel Studios The First 10 Years line of figures. And in front of me, of course, today we have the box set from the Captain America Civil War film. It is Captain America and Crossbones. Again, Civil War is a great MCU film, one of my favourites. Yes, I know I've said they're all my favourites, but they're all that good. Very excited about this set ever since I first seen it revealed. I think this was the first box set that I've seen revealed from this line, and I was very happy about it. Not so much for the reissue of Captain America, even though I appreciate the redos on the heads, but it's this guy right here, Crossbones, Brock Romlow. Really wanted this figure the first time around when they did the Giant Man Build-A-Figure wave. It was rumoured for a little bit on one of those leaked lists, and I really liked the sort of modern day character design and this sort of version of Crossbones, and I was really disappointed I didn't have it on 6-inch form, but now I do, thanks to this Marvel Studios line. So again, Hasbro, keep them coming. Really like filling these gaps in my collections, and I really like Crossbones. Maybe we'll see him again, or did he just get blown up? Who knows? With the Infinity Stones in play, anything could happen. But yeah, as I said, you get Crossbones, an alternative head as well, which I appreciate, and then we get the same Captain America figure that we've seen about 27 times before, but this time we've got some different sculpted heads, which are a decent update. And we've also got this metallic shield, which I do think is different paint job compared to the other shields. But anyway, as standard box packaging, on the side you get that builder collage. Again, if I buy all 10 boxes, I will do a video showing off that builder collage. On the back you have a little write-up of Captain America and Crossbones, and of course Captain America Civil War, the film from 2016. Feels like yesterday. Number 9 in the Marvel Studios line of figures, the first 10. On the side you get a write-up about Captain America Civil War, but I'm assuming you have all seen it by now. So without further ado, let's open this box set up. Pow, so here they are out of the box, both looking very nice as well. I know we've seen that Captain America a few times already, but those head sculpts do look all right without having a closer look at them yet, and that Crossbones looks very impressive. So they don't come with any accessories apart from what they're carrying now. Obviously he's got his wrist gauntlets, Captain America has his shield, and they both also come with an interchangeable head, which I will take a closer look at as well in a minute. So of course we have Steve Rogers and Brock Romlow, both appeared in Captain America Winter Soldier and in Civil War, of course. So I always appreciate when Hasbro give us unmasked heads, so we have those different display options on the shelf. So yeah, let's look at these guys one by one, and nobody wants to see you yet, mate, sorry. Let's look at this guy. So yes, Crossbones, as I said, this was the figure I was most excited about with this 2-pack, let's be honest. And yes, this looks very impressive. As I've mentioned already, these wrist gauntlets do detach from the hand, so he's just holding on to them like he would any type of weapon, and they're made of a soft plastic, so you have to be a bit fiddly, but they both come off very easily. Just give them a bit of a yank. They're made of a soft plastic, so again, you're not going to break anything. You can see it squeezes there a little bit. This chest sort of armor, tactical armor, is a separate piece as well, so this unclips there and you can take it off, but I don't think it's got anything underneath in it. I really do like the sort of clips and the extra ammo on the top of the arms there. Really nice sculpted detail. Very frustratingly, he has a gun holstered that is molded, which is a very annoying. I hate when toy companies do that. That is just a tease, but it would have been better to have that as an empty holster, and we could have put a spare gun in there. But yeah, the sculpt work on this is very, very impressive. I believe this is a May Shelf. I follow him on Instagram. He does some very impressive work for many toy companies out there, and this Crossbones does not disappoint. As I've mentioned already, I really like the sort of updated modern take on Crossbones with the tactical gear, and you can see the white paint slightly there on the chest in the cross, and then of course on that sort of, it looks like a hockey mask, doesn't it, a little bit. But let's zoom in and show you these details, because you can even see Romlow's eyes under there as well. Now this is just a closer look so you can see the detail. I really like that white paint that's sort of been splashed on that black hockey mask. You can see his sort of burnt up face underneath the mask as well, and you can see sort of red eyes a little bit. Again, there's that white paint slashed across the chest to sort of suggest the crossbones. And then you've got that tactical gear on the side. You've got some shells there on one shoulder. And then you've got some mags on one side as well, some clips. And again, there's stuff all packed in the sculpt work there on his tactical chest. And then there's that very frustrating harnessed gun, which is molded in there annoyingly. He does have some armor as well attached to the boots and to the knees. And it's sort of like a very slight camo effect on the trousers. So yeah, looking very, very nice. Really like this. And again, these hands, just two grippy hands, so you can get them holding a gun, but there is no trigger fingers, unfortunately. But because these, as I've mentioned, are a soft plastic, sorry if that's not focusing. Yeah, these are a soft plastic. You can sort of squeeze them onto the hand, no issues at all, and just get him to grip on to those little bars in between. Bit fiddly, but again, not a problem. There he is holding it. And again, the sculpt work on these, again, are very, very nice. These hydraulics he uses to punch cap in the film. It would have been good maybe to get an alternative one with a knife sticking out like he does at the beginning of Civil War, but still, very good. I think as well, when he first jumps out of the truck in Civil War, he has like a tactical mask on with like a what is that? It's like an oxygen mask or a smoke sort of mask. It would have been good to have a couple of options as well, and maybe have this guy as a potential army builder. But that is just me going off on a tangent. Let's look at that interchangeable head while I've got it zoomed in. So again, that one's very nice. There is Brock Romlow. Now, how good does that look, people? Does that look like a building fell on top of him? Remember in Winter Soldier when the Falcon was fighting him in the building and then it started to crumble down? And then right at the end, you see a scene of him in a stretcher in an ambulance to sort of suggest he survived. That is your tease and origin of Crossbones. Look at the detail in that face. This could sort of be a comic version of, what's his name? Jigsaw. Maybe the Punisher. We're going to get Jigsaw in that Punisher season 2 on Netflix. So maybe this could be a head sculpt you can use for your custom Jigsaw possibly, as he does sort of have that sort of mashed up face. I really like the tones of red and pink in there. The black stitches it looks like under the eyes maybe. You can see that 5 o'clock shadow. That is very impressive. I really like that head sculpt. It's so much better in person, people. Definitely get this box set. And it looks so much better out of the box. But that is very impressive. Liking it a lot. Now let's take a quick look at this Captain America. I'm not going to spend crazy amount of times on it because we have seen this mold plenty of times before. But I do think this is a new metallic shield. Same way as before, where it is sort of, you just put the arms in between the straps and they don't undo or anything like that. It's literally a case of their straps on the shield and you plug them through the arm, and then he holds them. It holds it quite sturdy as well, to be fair. So yeah, there's Cap and his shield. So let's look at this. I don't think so, without getting the other one out and comparing it, which I will do in a minute, I do think it is the same body mold. It might have a few differences. There's definitely a few paint details that are different. But yeah, it is the version of the outfit he wore in Civil War and Age of Ultron, mainly Age of Ultron because you've got the A's there on the arms. I can't remember if he had them in Civil War, definitely at the beginning of Civil War anyway, but those Avenger A's. But yeah, he's looking very nice. It is a nice MCU Captain America, but very standard that we've seen before. Not that I don't like it, it's just that we've already got this figure before. The only difference is the head sculpt. So this is why I'm going to zoom in and show you. So this is the head sculpt it comes packaged with. So you tell me, do you see Chris Evans underneath that mask? I must admit, it is an improvement. I don't think it's perfect by any means, but again, it's a 6-inch figure. How close are you going to get? And yeah, it's very nice. There's definitely some new sculpt work on there. It actually looks like a mask on top of a human face rather than a mask painted on or face paint. The A has got some nice metallic, you can see the wings there. The only frustrating thing is, and I think a few people have come across this as well, it looks like the helmet is a separate piece and it's not been glued onto the head perfectly. So you can actually see the gaps where it should be. If you have a look there on the back of his head, you can see that skin where the helmet should be pushed down to match the hair, so that you can see the hair into the helmet, but instead I'm seeing hair, skin, helmet. So that is very frustrating when we get figures like that. I'm not gonna lie, that bugs me. It makes me want to buy another one just to get a different head, but I guarantee you most of them are the same, as I've seen a few people online. Let me know in the comments below, does your Captain America has a problem with his helmet line, or am I just unlucky as usual? Is there a way I can heat this up and push his helmet down maybe? Peel the helmet off and then re-glue it? Who knows? But the eyes look quite nice under the helmet regardless. So that's frustrating. Let's look at the other head sculpt, which is meant to be the best Chris Evans head sculpt we have got so far in Marvel Legends form. So there is the head on. And what are we saying, people? Can you see Mr. Evans in that face sculpt? I think you can from certain angles. Certain angles, you definitely get a glimpse of Chris Evans. Again, it's not perfect, but it's not bad at all. Let's be honest. It's definitely better than the generic blonde guy figure that we've been getting recently. This one definitely has some unique elements to it, and it's got that new face printing technology on. So it's not perfect, but it's not a bad go, is it? And again, very frustratingly, he's got hairline problems. It looks like, again, that hair looks like a separate piece. It looks like it should be further down on the head. Doesn't look so bad that side, but on this side, it looks like a problem. So that is frustrating. But I do appreciate the new heads, Hasbro. I'm not going to lie to you. I do appreciate the new heads. But I've lost one now. I dropped it. But yeah, shame about those hairlines. Now, as Shardamus Prime would say, it's a Captain America party. And it's also the type of thing my girlfriend would look at and go, why do I need so many Captain America figures? Then I'd say, wow, this one's from Winter Soldier, this one's from Age of Ultron, this one's from Civil War, this one's from Infinity War, this is from the 10th anniversary lineup, even though it's a better version of this one. Again, it's a conversation I don't need to have. So maybe I will thin out my Captain America collection after all. But these are the ones all based on this generic suit that we've been seeing since the first film. Obviously these are different slightly, and these two on the end are the more far superior ones. These ain't got anything to do with Chris Evans really. They're just sort of generic blonde guys wearing a Captain America outfit. Maybe these are Chris Evans' stunt double, who knows? But these guys are definitely the better ones, and this one again is a much better unmasked head than the generic blonde guy we've been getting. That generic blonde guy, I haven't pulled it out of my box, but use it as your Johnny Storm head. Buy an extra head for your Fantastic Four. Buy an extra Fantastic Four Reed Richards, and then get that generic blonde guy on there, and you've got yourself an unmasked Johnny Storm. But yeah, so as you can see, there are slight paint differences in them all. The Age of Ultron one is definitely the brightest. They get darker as they go along, really, even though in Civil War he doesn't have the star or the A's on his shoulders because he's no longer an Avenger, is he? So let me move these out of the way, and let's just have a closer look at these three maybe. So yeah, as I did say, the shield is different on this one, but it's still alright. And then this suit seems like the same as this one, but it's maybe deeper. I don't know if it's just the better paint on it, but it seems like the sculpt work is a little deeper, if that makes any sense. Again, I don't feel like I'm making any sense, but this one, again, if I move the shield out the way, it does look better, and Ant-Man's going to fall off there, so let me move Ant-Man out the way. But do you see what I mean? Like the paint work, move his bout down a little bit, does make this one on the end look a lot better. The white's a lot more brighter, and the reds are a lot more brighter, where they're a bit more dulled down on this newer one. They're even more dulled down on the Civil War one. But yeah, not bad at all. This is definitely the upgrade to this one. So this guy is definitely going to replace this one, even though he has got a bad helmet line. Let me move these out of the way. Let me swap that with this, and let's see what these two unmasked heads are like, shall we? Because let's be honest, they're not far apart. They both come out this year, so let's see how much of an upgrade it is from just a couple of months, because that Civil War, Infinity War Captain America didn't come out that long ago, did it? Let's be honest. So if this will focus, what are we saying? They're not standing very close to each other, are they? Get closer, mate. What are we saying? What is the better head sculpt? Definitely looking at these two now, definitely seeing Chris Evans in this newer one compared to bearded generic blonde guy behind us. I don't dislike this head sculpt. I still like it, but this one definitely looks more like Chris Evans. So Marvel Studios 10th anniversary line, you win this round. Just wanted to mention real quick as well, if you do have some spare Coulson suited bodies floating around, then you can use these head sculpts if you want to. The Romlo one fits a little bit low on the neck, but he does look quite menacing in that suit. Again, this could be your custom Jigsaw, possibly, even though it obviously looks like Romlo from the film. And then Captain America. This looks like Captain America at Peggy Carter's funeral in his suit. So again, unfortunately though, this head sculpt doesn't fit. It doesn't pop on the head, so it's just balancing there. It looks fine though. You can Dremel it or get some glue tack or something, and it will look fine. But it doesn't pop on the head. But it sits there okay until you move it, and then it will fall off. So as you can see, I've just took Crossbones' gauntlets off and got him holding a generic gun, and he does look quite menacing there with that unmasked head sculpt, which I really, really like, by the way. That is definitely the standout from this box, the Crossbones figure and his unmasked head. But I still really like the masked head as well. So yeah, to be fair, this box set is worth it just for the Crossbones. Really happy to add another villain to my ever-growing collection of MCU figures. So just to finish off, let's get some more figures we've been reviewing from this wave. Talking about villains, let's pull in the Red Skull. You can definitely see Red Skull and Crossbones teaming up in the future. Let's bring in a Hydra agent. And yeah, who else have I got on the table? I've got behind me Mr. Tony Stark from the 2-pack. So there you go, Cap. You've got some backup there with Stark. But yes, this 10-year anniversary line, people, is very, very good. Again, if you're a collector like me, I'm not jumping on the bandwagon. I've been at MCU since day one these MCU figures started coming out. I was like, yes, this is something I need to invest in, and very happy with it. Feel like I've got my own mini MCU in my living room on my shelves, so I'm very happy about it. So Hasbro, bravo, let's keep it coming with these MCU figures. You let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this lineup? I know there's a lot of comic collectors out there, but you can do both. I do both, why can't you? Everyone is happy. But yes, very happy with these figures, very happy with this Crossbones. Much, much appreciated. More reviews to come. As always, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I shall see you on the next one.